Hi everyone, today I'm back with another weather related video, and today's topic is going to be all about understanding clouds. Everything from what is a cloud to just where clouds sit in the sky. So first let's talk about what even is a cloud. Clouds are made of tiny droplets of water or ice crystals that form when warm moist air rises and then cools really quickly. As the air cools, water vapor condenses around dust or pollen particles in the atmosphere, and these create visible clusters called clouds. Think of a cloud as a floating collection of cooled steam. So first let's jump into the cloud formation process. You can remember this with a cool acronym, ERCC. So it's going to be evaporate, rising air, cooling, condensation. So evaporation is when water rises from ocean, lakes, and plants and then turns into vapor, and then the warm water rises because it's lighter. And then as it rises, it cools, and then the water vapor turns back into liquid droplets, forming clouds. So ERCC. Now we're going to talk about the main types of clouds. So first you have the cumulus. This means heap. That's the literal meaning of cumulus. These clouds are fluffy and cotton-like. They usually have a low altitude, and you mostly see them in fair weather, but they can also grow into storms. Next is stratus. The literal meaning of stratus is layer, and these are gray sheets that cover the sky. They have a low altitude as well, and they usually can cause drizzle or overcast in your area. Then we have cirrus, and this cloud means curl, and these are thin, wispy, or feathery clouds, and they have a really high altitude. And you can see these in fair weather, but it can also mean that a storm is coming. At the end, I'm going to insert a little chart that kind of shows you what the clouds look like and like where they sit in the sky. Next, we have nimbus, and this nimbus literally means rain. These are dark, thick clouds, and they can be in any altitude, and it always means that there's precipitation. So if it's raining, then it's nimbus clouds that are causing that rain. So then here are some combo clouds. So you have cumulonimbus. These are the thunderstorm clouds. This is a lightning thunderstorm. Those are the clouds that happen. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Up, but I always think of clouds when I think of the movie Up and how they like went through that big storm.
The cumulonimbus forms when warm air
Stayed up all night blowing up balloons.
What? And that's how we get lightning.
That's nice, kid.
And he was talking about the clouds. So cumulonimbus clouds are big thunderstorm clouds. These are the tallest, they're the highest in altitude, and of course they produce storms. Then you have stratocumulus. These are layered, lumpy clouds that really produce rain. They're just the typical clouds that you would see like on a sunny day, but it doesn't mean that it's going to rain. Then you have altostratus and altocumulus, and these are just the middle height clouds. They're usually like just little fluffy clouds. And then here's like some of the heights of clouds. So above 20,000 feet is going to be cirrus, cirrostratus, and cirrocumulus. And then anything from 65 feet to 20,000 feet is going to be altostratus and altocumulus. Then you have the low clouds, which is stratus, stratocumulus, and nimbostratus. So why do clouds even matter? Well, they do reflect the sunlight, which helps cool the earth down, especially like on rainy or on like cloudy days. Like the temperature is going to be cooler than it would be if it was a sunny day outside, because it covers the sun, obviously. I don't know why I said that. And clouds also bring rain and snow, which supports life, and they trap the heat, which keeps the planet warmer at night. Clouds are actually the key to weather and climate balance. So here's some quick mnemonics that you can help to remember just the different types of clouds and stuff like that. So cows sit near cliffs. So cumulus, stratus, nimbus, cirrus. Cows sit near cliffs. And then nimbus means rain. It literally means rain. So anytime you see nimbus, you can think of just like wet, rainy weather. And then another fun fact is that a typical cumulus cloud can weigh over 1 million pounds, but it often stays afloat because the droplets are spread over the huge, vast area of the cloud, and the air beneath it is still rising, pushing it up. And now I'm gonna insert this chart right here so you guys can look at what all these little clouds and see what I'm talking about. But that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening again, and I will be back next week with another weather related video. Bye.